Good morning, car people. Almost 6:30, a more respectable time of day than our last trip. We are off to Edinburgh again to buy another Ferrari. Trade plates are ready. Taxi is booked. Please follow along. Taxi is waiting, and Heathrow Terminal 5 is just 15 minutes away. All right, this gentleman's picked us up nice and early. And it's already his third journey to Heathrow this morning, he tells us. We're just about to join the M3. Traffic is very light, so we'll get a nice run and we'll be at Terminal 5 very soon. And in no time at all, this is us arriving at Terminal 5. Right, we've arrived in Edinburgh again for the second time in a month, welcomed by that huge 25-metre Johnny Walker sign as we come out of the terminal. Flew from Heathrow this time, which was a much easier trip getting to the airport than Gatwick. And we're off to get the taxi and take you to the dealership where I'm picking up the car. So here we are at Flores Castle on the Scottish borders with Kelso and the River Tweed. This is the home of the Duke of Roxburghe, originally built in 1720 for the first Duke, John Kerr, and now for the 11th Duke, Charles Innes Kerr, from whom I have purchased this Ferrari 456. And let me tell you how that came about. If you were watching my video from a month ago where we did a road trip to Scotland and bought the Ferrari California from a previous client, while I was at Acuria Cos, they showed me this car in their workshop. The Duke had sent it up there to have some work done,
and Stuart, who owns the dealership, mentioned to me that the car could be for sale. A month later, and I've arranged to purchase it. Indeed, I bought it, and we've just come back down on the way back down from the workshop just to come into the office, meet the Duke's secretary and collect some documents. We'll take some photographs and the old gal can say goodbye to its beautiful surroundings, because it's going to have to come back and live in my garage for now. Well, it's not every day you get to buy a Ferrari from a real Scottish Duke, is it? And notwithstanding a naturally aspirated V12 gated manual, what an absolute beauty. I'm really pleased to have got the opportunity to buy this. Can you imagine when this car was introduced in 1995? It was the fastest four-seater in the world, 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds and 194 miles an hour. A real GT Grand Tourer for dashing across Europe. Even today, this car would hold its own with the likes of the Mercedes-Benz GTS, so it would still be in the top 10 of fastest four-seater cars in the world. Being a 90s car, I love the simplicity of this thing. It is just so easy to use. No gadgets on the steering wheel. It is an airbag car, but we've got just the speedometer that goes up to 200 miles an hour and the rev counter. 5 gauges here, clock, temperature gauge, oil pressure, and a petrol gauge. I'm not sure quite how well I will believe the accuracy of that. It showed half a tank when we got into it, but I had to put £100 worth of super unleaded in it to get it to full. We've got, of course, the beautiful clickety-clack gated manual, which is so desirable. The original Ferrari stereo, then the climate control buttons here. Sadly, the car needs an aircon regas, and it is beautiful weather, 32 degrees, and it's like a sauna in here with the windows up. Such a bright and airy cabin with lots of glass on these 90s cars. Interior is in lovely order, a typical Ferrari colour, this beautiful tan with a dark blue top roll matching the bodywork, and the same on the headlining up here. Right, we've really got lucky and happened across this wonderful viewing spot of the Scottish-English borders. So we've just pulled up here for a 2-minute recharge of the phones and batteries, and I'm just going to show you, we've got this stone here depicting the border, and I'm just going to show you the beautiful views of the countryside. So fortunately, we've got a sign here that's depicting what we can see in the distance, and over there on the left is Rubislaw, the Moorfoot Hills, the Eldon Hills, Jedburgh over there in the distance. We've passed Jedburgh on our way here. Peniel Hugh, Lammermuir Hills, Kelso, where we were at the castle just there, Knock Hills, that would be Hop Hills Knob, I'm assuming, Hownham Law, Philip Law, the Car, the Shield, Woden Law, the Cheviot, and Windy Gale. And how spectacular that is. What a beautiful part of the country. Hope you enjoyed that. Alright, we're coming to Northumberland National Park here. This looks really stunning scenery. I was nervous when I got in this car. I thought it might be a bit of a scary prospect to drive, but it's actually really a pleasure to drive. The clutch isn't overly heavy and the gear change is slick and light. So I'm so much more impressed with this 456 than I expected that I would be. I did a little bit of research before buying it, and interesting how they came about naming the vehicle. It's a 5.5 litre engine, and you divide 550 by the 12 cylinders, and that gives you 456. So that's apparently the naming culture of predecessor cars before it. This car was an evolution of the 356 GT Daytona, I want to say. That's a car that is worth north of $500,000 these days. So they built this in 1990s. 1,500 examples were produced. The 456 GT, which was the manual, and the 456 GTA, which was the automatic. And I know which one I would rather have. I don't know how many examples are on how many left. I'm going to check that when I get home and write the advert, but this is surely a future collectible. The engine on its own would be 20 grand. The car would probably break for more than the sum of its parts. So we're going to get on and enjoy these roads. Very nice evening here, coming through into the north of England, and we're heading to a place called Aldwark Manor, which is in a village near Harrogate. We've got to go to Harrogate in the morning to collect another car. So when we get to the hotel, I'm going to check in. Certainly need a shower because this shirt is wringing wet, and then I think I'll sit down and go through some of the paperwork and history of this car with you. Right, this is us arriving at the Aldwark Manor, and I think we've stayed here before. Yes, we have. Now, I didn't recognise that on the website when I booked it. Have they changed the name of it, or? Don't know. Well, yeah, because they got that bus there as well, haven't they? Well, it's very nice. If we've been here before, I'm sure we liked it. We're going to get parked up, and then I'll just run through a couple of bits with you before we go in to the room. Where can we stop here? What's that? VIP cover. Do you think we're VIPs?
Yeah.
I think we are. We'll go in there. I tell you what, actually, I want to reverse it in. Right, we found ourselves a nice little parking space all on our own. Shouldn't be anyone parks next to us. Don't any of the doors, don't want that, do we? The car has performed faultlessly, hasn't it? 200 and odd miles, absolutely perfect. A joy to drive. It's soaked up those miles. The seat, so comfortable. I'm just going to have a sit in the back, have a look and see what we think of the back seats, because if you were a passenger in this, how comfortable would this be? Ingress is easy. I mean, I'm what, 5'9", 5'10". Oh, it's a bit upright. Yeah, but can you imagine, look, they've got an armrest here. What's in here? Is that, oh, we've got an ashtray. Can you imagine the fat city bankers back in the 80s all cruising down to Monaco and flicking their ash in their back ashtray? Yes. Very salubrious. Well, I'm impressed with this car, and I need to tell you more about it when we get into the room, but we need to get in, have a drink and a shower. Right, so we checked in and thought we'd just come out to the terrace and see the setting sun, have a quick gin and tonic before we go up to the room and have a shower. This wonderful manor looks completely empty. There's just one gentleman out there supping on a pint. Wife is over there. These are the grounds. There's a lovely lake over there and an outdoor chess set. Beautifully manicured borders and rose garden with some topiary over there. Looks really wonderful, doesn't it? So yeah, what I promised to show you was the service history for this car, and this is what I want to see when I'm buying a car like this. There's a folder here that's got lots of certificates in it, HPI certificates. Someone's gone to the trouble of listing the car specification. The 456 GT Le Mans with beige tan hide and blue carpets. There's a whole list of MOT history. There is a toolkit in the car. It's something you want to see with Ferraris because that is valuable. We've got the leather bound booklet case and all the handbooks in there. And then we've got this tremendous service history with stamps from HR Owen from when it was supplied, Stratstone, the renowned GK Engineering, Autoficina, who I know very well, have seen the car many times, it would seem, major service and cam belt change. And then another page over here, HRO 3 times. Again, HRO in Evans House or Autoficina. And then most recently we've had it done at Scuderia at a cost. So a tremendous example, and I'm sure anyone in the market for one of these will not be disappointed if you can prize it off me. It's tempting to keep a car like this because you don't come across them very often, certainly not at this price. Anyway, we're going to go up to the room, get showered, go to dinner, and the next part of the video will probably be tomorrow morning as we leave to go to Yorkshire, Harrogate, and collect this Audi R8 that we're buying. So if you've watched this far, thank you for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button, that would really be appreciated, and we'll see you when we get to GC Motors in Harrogate.
Good morning. This is the day after the night before, and we are about to check out. This is the view that we woke up to. We're at Old Walk Manor in Ulm, just outside of York. Very, very pleasant night's stay here. This hotel, yeah, I had forgotten we had stayed here once before. They've done a great job renovating it. Room is a bit dark, let the camera adjust. Very, very nice decor in here. Everything seems to be completely hand built. They've done a splendid job of that. Some really, really quirky features as we walk around the hotel and in the restaurant. I love a bit of colour here. Let's take you down as we go through reception. I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, there we go. This is the sort of stuff I'm talking about. If you like this kind of thing. And through into the hallway. How about this for a bright sofa? Where would you buy furniture like this? They've got these lovely artworks on the wall. We're going to go down, I'm going to go down the stairs actually. We've got views out on these lovely big picture windows. More art on the staircase. I wish we had smell-o-vision. They've got beautiful fragrances being pumped around this staircase area here. I think actually they have a little bit of a problem with some of the rural smells, pigs or cows or whatever it is. Anyone that's been to the country will know exactly what I'm talking about, but I think you have to forgive it that. This is the corridor and the hallway. Beautiful gloss marble tiles that take a lot of cleaning. Chartwell is their fabulous a la carte, or what are those meals when you I'm forgetting my words as I'm walking along. Taster menus. This is have a little look in the bar here. More eccentricity. And this fabulous reception. I've got a picture of myself sitting in one of these chairs actually when I sat here before I clip that in if I can find it. Need to go to reception and check out, and then I'll take you to the car. Right, all weighed and paid, and now back to the car. This is an attractive feature, isn't it? I do like these non-stop flowering begonias. We have them at home actually, just in the pots and beds outside our front door. This is a view of the front of the hotel. Whoever owns this really knows what quality is all about. They've spent hundreds of thousands, if not millions here. Lovely little view looking around. And now over to the Ferrari. Now, an interesting and quirky thing about this car is that there is no external boot release on the car. A very quirky feature and somewhat annoying. Now I'm going to have to get into it, put the ignition on, and then open the boot from the inside. So I can't do that while holding all this equipment. Let's get that done next. So the boot is very spacious, ample room for luggage, although we're travelling light with just one overnight case. And although they're a bit backwards in some things, what they were very futuristic in thinking of was the perfect place to put an iPhone. We've got an iPhone holder in the centre console there. Right, we're going to get on the road. We're off to Harrogate to GC Motors, going to pick up a fantastic Audi R8 that I've bought through the trade. So continue along the journey, and we'll see you at the next stop, maybe with some footage on the way of anything that we see en route. Right, goodbye Old Walk Manor. I think I'll stop here again. Maybe we'll do the taster menu at the Chartwell restaurant actually. That sounds quite fun. Oh, are we going out the entry or the exit? Is there an exit this way? They're building a new spa here. That's going to be rather special, isn't it? There were fewer people here than I expected actually. You run in £1 million facility like this, you need more punters. Right, this is going through the exit, through the golf club. Trying a new angle on the camera, guys. I've invested in some kit after our Scottish trip the last time, where the camera kept dying and the microphones kept cutting out. A friend of mine told me to invest in a DJI Osmo Pro 5, and it is not intuitive at all. Right, what way are we going here then? Have we got this pretty little church here on the exit? It's rather quaint, isn't it? There'll only get about 30 people in there by the look of it. Right, come on, let's go. Right, heading for Linton-on-Ouse, and we've come to a little toll bridge, the Newark toll bridge, I think that sign says, slightly covered up by the bushes. How quaint is this? Not like the Dartford River crossing, much prettier. Speed ramps we get over no problem. That's pretty. That will be the... Where's this guy going then?
In 1 mile, turn left onto New Road.
This is going to be fun. Let's see what a pig's ear he makes of manoeuvring and reversing here then. Come past me. Oh my goodness. Shouldn't be allowed on the road. Come on. Drive.
Thank you for the cyclist. A little bit of assistance. Everyone's shaking their head and nodding. Here's our toll booth guard. Do we pay? Tap to pay?
Morning, you two.
Good
How
morning.
Are you?
Aye, aye. Not too shabby.
Beautiful day.
Splendid, isn't it?
Reminds me of being in France when it's like this and going to the boulangerie and getting the croissants. And
Oh,
everything,
we've
innit?
just had a croissant for breakfast.
Good
Yes.
lad. Enjoy your day.
Cheers.
See ya.
Bye bye now. A bit of Yorkshire hospitality there, lad. Did you see? You just punched me. Right, this is going to be a bit interesting. It's got a clear road ahead of us. I'm going to show you from first gear how fast it goes in first. It goes all the way up to nearly 60 miles an hour in first gear. How about that? Just going to give you a few more driving thoughts on the cars. We're going through some of these villages, 20 and 30 miles an hour. The car I thought would be a bit of a pig at slow speed, but it's really not too bad at all. The steering for me is the perfect weight. It points into the corners nicely. And the braking too, strong and progressive. It's really surpassed my expectations, the car has. Look, we're just trickling up a hill, 30 miles an hour. Put it into third gear. Really, really torquey. These quaint little Yorkshire villages. Such.
Turn right onto Havergal Lane.
Oh. And just another thought, going over lots of speed ramps, no need for lifting gear like we have in the modern cars. So far it's cleared them with ease. One quirky thing I have noticed, when you sit at idle, the rev counter idles at 1000 RPM, but the speedo shows that we're doing 15 miles an hour.
Turn right onto Ripley Road.
Ripley Road. I did see a Doug DeMiro video, that's an American channel, and he pointed that out as well. So it's not a quirk of this car, it's something that they all do. We'll pull out of this junction in first gear and you can see it just trickles out with ease.
In 2.3 miles, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Ripon Road towards Harrogate.
In second gear, 70 miles an hour with ease. Click it into third. Slick it into fourth. Oh, I'm loving this car. Alright, we're in Harrogate now. Good old-fashioned store. How about that? A DIY and ironmongers. Nearly everything from MrArkwright.com. Who remembers the two Ronnies? There's something to chat about. Yeah, how about the four-candle sketch? Can anyone remember that? Does everyone know what I'm talking about? Right, we're coming through Harrogate now. I just wanted to come through here and show you this beautiful old market town. It's got some history to this place. We're about a mile away from the dealer. I've bought many cars from them over the years. I love coming to Harrogate. It's a beautiful old market town. Been here many times and bought cars from GC Motors in the past. One of the country's leading independent supercar dealers. Really pleased to be buying this example of the Audi R8 from them. Just checking out the scenery around me, these wonderful old buildings. We've got Betty's Cafe here on the left-hand side. We've had a lovely after. Look,
The
always got a
destination is on your
queue.
left.
Look at the
Betty's
queue
Cafe
for
Tea
that.
Rooms. Arrived.
Half past 11. What I want to know is, why isn't there no apostrophe in Betty's? Can anyone tell me that? Coming through the old high street here. There's a Rolex dealer on the right hand side. Been to them in the past. Actually, can't see it. Maybe they've shut down, had their franchise taken away. Who knows? There's a Piccolino there though. We have a Piccolinos near us in Virginia Water. The Turkish baths of Harrogate. I do love a hammam. When we go to Marrakesh, it's my favourite treatment. It's the most indulgent treatment. And if anyone's never had a hammam, then you need to, because it is fantastic. This car just drove through the town so easily, not overheating, gear change slick and smooth. It's really surpassed my expectations, actually. Right, this is where we're coming to, GC Motors. This is their showroom and forecourt of cars. They've got some beautiful stock here, but we're going around the back to the workshop and trade storage area. They could do with retail making this road, couldn't they? God. I'll go down here. And I wonder if the car that I'm collecting is... There we are. Can you see it in that line of silver and grey cars? This is what we've come to collect, this beautiful Samoa orange R8 GT. That's one for another video. So this is the GC Motors workshop, the area that you don't generally see. This is where all the trade cars get sent to. And this is the car that I've agreed to buy from them. Now you wonder why they aren't retailing it, because it's such a lovely example. I mean, what are we, 2011, so 14 years old, but just under 30,000 miles. You think it's a very retailable car, but then when you see the stock that they sell, I suppose they think this is a bit old. This is a special edition, one of 33 cars, I believe, finished in Samoa orange. It's the GT. It's got these lovely stylish wheels which are a little bit different to the standard car. It's a V10, carbon side blades, Pirelli tyres matching all around and plenty of tread. Coming round the back here, we've got the glass engine bay, carbon rear spoiler, carbon diffuser. Looks a lovely, lovely straight car. I'll show you the interior. The dashboard's got the white dials with the red outer ring, carpets with the orange trim, and these splendid bucket seats, again with the orange trim to match the exterior of the car. Carbon on the centre reservation. What are we talking about? Reservation, centre console. Right. Looks like my man has just come down to join me. Are you Hugo? Do you want to be on camera?
Sorry?
Do you want to be on camera?
I'm happy to be on camera, yeah.
This is Hugo from Trade Sales at GC Motors.
Yeah.
So yeah, you traded out the car, Hugo. I'm pleased to have bought this one.
Yeah, that's correct. It's a lovely car. So,
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed.
I'm sure we won't, yeah. So we're going to get it back to Stream Cars and get it on sale very soon. Nothing to do to it as far as I can see. There'll be a few flies on it by the time we get back, but just a valet, and it'll go on sale, should be on sale by the weekend. So anyone watching this video You can see the details of this on my website, and the full suite of photographs and video will be online very soon. Just while we're waiting for the Ferrari to get the aircon regassed, I thought you'd like to have a quick look around the GC Motors showroom. They've got some lovely stock in here. This is a car that would look well on my forecourt actually. This is a very nice price range Vanquish in Morning Frost White, 57990. Lovely example. And then we've got a BMW M2 here, 60 grand as well. What would you rather have? 60 grand's worth of Aston or 60 grand's worth of BMW? This is a Range Rover Sport. Looks like it's got one of these lovely satin PPF wraps on it. Got those huge carbon wheels. They're about 12 grand for a set of them. Goodness knows what you do if you curb one. These ones look in good order. They've got a very special Subaru here. Well, I don't know if they've got the price right in the windscreen. £430,000. Never seen any Subaru that's that expensive. P-Reg car from the same era as my Ferrari down there. It's a special one. I think it's probably a Richard Burns or certainly a Pro Drive car. Looking at the badges. Wow. Got a lot of staff in here, all the offices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. Secretary wandering around and some sales guys over there. We've got a mini John Cooper Works Grand Prix. They're a fun little car, £36,000. M5, 48.5. And then we've got a Ferrari over here. Oh no, look, it's a Lotus. That's the new Emira. Hey, it looks like a baby 488. I thought it was a Ferrari to start with. It's got a lovely green, dark green, almost black paint job. That's that. And then the M4 CSL. That's a lovely bit of kit, that is. Best part of 90 grand. Carbon bonnet. Smashing bit of kit, this is. Normally got a few more sexy cars in the showroom. Well, I just had a chat with a guy in the service centre and he was explaining that they're very low on stock upstairs. Yeah, I was surprised at how few cars there were the last time I was in the showroom. Stacked full of Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Bentleys, etc. But yeah, they've had a great month and are low on stock. So it's time to get on the road. Wife has been entrusted to drive the R8. Gosh, she's making a meal of that, very carefully getting out of the gate here. We're going to get on the road, and now there's no one to film me. There'll be no more footage of us getting home. So the old girl's been replenished with 150 quid's worth of aircon juice. It would have been worth double that not to have to suffer the temperatures on the hottest day of the year. We're climbing the old bus and I'll catch driving Miss Daisy up very shortly and we'll get on our way home. See you for the final part of the video back at Stream Cars HQ. So safely back at Stream Cars HQ, 4.5 hours non-stop, and time to give you my thoughts on the car and the journey. Well, the car performed faultlessly. The seats are really comfortable, hence the non-stop door to door. Normally we would have stopped for a break and a cup of coffee and a bite to eat, but I really just didn't feel the need. There were some points along the route down the A1 where the traffic was very heavy and down to one lane, and as we got closer to home near rush hour and the M25 was a bit snarly, but honestly the car performed faultlessly. There was a point where we were in stop-start traffic and I was beginning to think that the temperature might rise. Indeed it did slightly, just took it over slightly halfway, but really not a problem. I did notice that there were no storage pockets in the doors or anything in the way of cup holders for drinks, etc. But of course, those things didn't exist in the 90s. I think this is very much a very usable car, and indeed, I don't know who's going to buy it, even if indeed I'm going to put it on sale straight away. The dealer in me wants to do that and take the profit, but I've had a look online and there are no V12 manual Ferraris under £75,000, so I don't know what I've bought here. I might have really rung the bell with this one. Really happy with the way it drives. As I've said, the history is absolutely superb. A few cosmetic issues which we can address, but you can always deal with that. You can never put a history with a car that hasn't been serviced. I also went through the file and I found an invoice for £142,000 for to a gentleman in London. He would have been the, I think, first owner of the car, and what a baller he would have been back in the day. This is now in my possession and I'm really pleased to have it here. We've got a 456 number plate on it now. Little things like the HR Owen sticker in the back window, all of those things really I like, that add to the authenticity of the car. And what I was really surprised about is the love that I got on the journey. The people coming past us, thumbs up, waves, people when we stop for fuel asking what it is. I don't know, it's just a really, really cool thing, isn't it? Do you like the shape? I can see echoes of Daytona in it and 308 perhaps. Yeah, I mean, give me your thoughts. It's certainly a classic in the making, and yeah, I'm really pleased to have it here. So both cars back and lovely bits of stock. The R8 will go on sale soon enough, that's ready to go, but this one I'm not going to rush with. So all that remains for me to say is thank you very much for coming along with me and watching the video. I've got a number of hours of editing ahead of me now, so if you would please like and subscribe to the channel, it all helps and shows me that you appreciate the effort that has gone into making the video. See you on the next one.